Ever since Atticus Ross joined up with Trent Reznor several years ago, it seems that Nine Inch Nails has had a new breath of life and desire for creativity. Over the last year and a half, we have been given what was originally listed as a trio of EPs, but after some thought and deliberation from the masterminds, they decided to make the third in a series of fully dedicated album, Bad Witch. It was during studio sessions that Reznor and Ross wanted to do something more exciting and risky. This is part of the reason for the delay of the final chapter of the series since 2017's Add Violence EP. And a quote from Reznor, "As we finished Add Violence, we found ourselves, it felt too predictable. It felt like we were forcing things, musically and storytelling-wise. The reason this has been delayed is because it took us a while for what has become the third record to reveal itself to us." Hearing that Trent Reznor wants to get more exciting and risky with his music is a bold statement when you look back at what the man has created for several decades. Now that Bad Witch is being treated as a full album, it will clock in at just over 30 minutes, making it the shortest Nine Inch Nails album in the discography. Whether you still see that as a 6-track EP or full album, it's still being built up as a step up from the past 2 EPs. One big difference I've seen over the years from both fans of NIN and just casual listeners is that there is a divide between what people prefer. Some want the more guitar-driven style in their industrial, while others want the full electronica experience. I feel that Reznor and company over the years have had success with both, but there will always be groups preferring one style over another. After listening to Bad Witch, it's clear that the 30 minutes is dedicated more to the synthesized style of industrial. It's also clear that Nine Inch Nails did try to take some risks with their music in 2018. God Break Down the Door is the reverberating and digital side of Nine Inch Nails in all its glory, including a saxophone and a softer tone from Reznor. This song is stretched out to build anticipation, and it really has a David Bowie feel behind parts of it. It took me some time to really get into this, but this song did grow on me, especially in the quieter moments. I feel like God Break Down the Door is not the standout from Bad Witch. It was the single before album release, but there are much bigger high points in this album. The opening and closing tracks, especially Over and Out, are what make the 30-minute experience worth hearing. Those 2 tracks combined add up to over 10 minutes of playtime. After listening to the entirety of Bad Witch, I can definitely say it's an album where you will pick and choose what you listen to, as there are several minute-long sequences of repeated notes and rhythms to create an atmosphere, like I said before. It's odd saying it's an album you will pick out certain points in such a short runtime, but as it's only 6 tracks, you definitely will have that feeling several times over. I feel that the quieter moments made in that atmosphere by Nine Inch Nails is where this album excels. When it's constant reverberation and distortion, it doesn't have as strong of a connection. That being said, there is still some impressive work throughout this half hour in all its electronic and industrial glory. Ahead of Ourselves is the only full track on the album I couldn't get into, as it felt like every sound effect and audio feedback from the instruments was thrown into a blender. This is one of the shorter songs though, so it doesn't weigh everything else down. Bad Witch may not have been what people were expecting, but it definitely will catch your attention. I get that many people are looking for more music than the trilogy of EPs, or now 2 EPs an album. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that this is some of Nine Inch Nails' greatest work, but there definitely is that drive to make something unique that we've seen from Reznor and whoever he's working with at the moment. It's chaotic at times, but it works. Overall, Bad Witch might only be 30 minutes in length, but if there was ever a new listening experience to give an album, this one would be it. It's not going to be for everyone, but Nine Inch Nails created an echoing industrial soundtrack with a lot to take in. Saxophone included, Trent Reznor and friends may have pulled off this risk.